Alright, no music. This is just between me, you, ladies, gentlemen, and MB. So, as you can hear by the tone of my voice, this is going to be a somber video. And moving forward, it might be a bit more somber like this, no more shouting. But, serious note, let's cut to the chase. As you're aware, those little appointments and stuff that I would often allude to in the end of my videos, especially when it was a war topic. Um, I did not get into the BCG, which is the Barbados Coast Guard, which is part of the BDF, which is part of the Barbados Defense Force. I have been disqualified. Now, let's be honest, guys. And girls and NB. But the chances were very slim. I know that, but doesn't hurt any less. I got that far, so I mean, like, felt like I was getting far. Had great scores on everything. I gotta puff myself. The best I could do, even in a down situation. That is that. Well, I was probably one of the best candidates, and the Achilles heel was literally my heart and not my heels, because I was like one of the most flexible guys as well. So, well, it was a interesting and nice journey. It started out last year, June to July 2020. So this is literally a full year. I'm gonna close the chapter this year. It's been a full year. The first year was quiet, and I was looking at the jobs and reservations because I kind of had a plan, and because I knew, because of my, well, heart condition and stuff, that my if I did get in by the slimmest of margins, that I would at least, the most I could do is probably background work, logistics, IT, cable switcher, MP, communications, comms. And if I was feeling really frisky, and if I did get into the CG, because it's you can choose, but it's not guaranteed, like how in the US Coast Guard you can choose, quote unquote, where you want to go. But if you want California and they say Alaska, well, guess what, buddy, you're going to Anchorage. So it's kind of like that. But I don't think they would like do that. I mean, like, they would send you over for training. If you don't make good training, they'll probably send you back. You'll still be in the BDF. But yeah, I can't tell you how that works. My friends got through, which is great. I'm glad for them. So when they get to that bridge, I'll ask them, especially at Paso. I will go to Paso still and cheer on my friends, because we're supposed to be battle buddies, and we're gonna be battle buddies to the end. So there's no ill will. There's no, nothing like that. All right. So the moment you all been waiting for. What got you disqualified? As you know, I don't. This is mostly like stuff I send my family and friends. So, as most of you will know, but to the new people, as most of you will know, I have the SD or ASD, which is a valvular spectrum defect, something like that, something along those lines. Basically, there's either a hole in my heart or a hole in one of the arteries of my valves. Can't be too sure. But basically, I have a heart condition very close to my heart. It was patched up as a child. I had another operation to fully seal the hole, because you can't really operate on babies like that. I was born in 97, so yeah. And I'm in a quote unquote third world country, so it's not, but they did the best. And then from there, I had another operation, and then I had one more operation. So with that, yeah, I had 3 operations in general. And yeah, so I'm basically a chopped liver. I don't. You could always look up some chest scars and stuff, but basically something that runs down all the way to my, well, what you would call the breastplate. Basically at the finishing at the breastplate. So it's basically from the almost bottom of the neck, from that collarbone-ish side, all the way down to my breastplate. So not the biggest incision, nothing going all the way down to my belly button. They didn't have to cut up my whole my whole body, but you know, just enough for that incision. So nothing too invasive, but they still had to fix it. So I've also been told I have a pacemaker. Not too sure, but I'll have to get the medical records and probably pin a comment and update you. But yeah, basically not the best condition. I've never felt like I had to limit myself in any particular way, but I do understand that the strenuous nature of it all, especially the first week, because again, I did, by the slimmest of margins, by the slimmest of luck, by God's grace, but I guess God had other plans, but by God's grace, if I ever got in, I had to know everything. I was waking up at 5 o'clock for the last month and something. I've been watching boot camp videos. I've been watching rifle training and stuff like that. So, yeah, I knew I knew if they took the risk, I would have to really prove myself. So, I really went all in. I've like psychologically changed my mind to that kind of behavior, and I can't say I could deprogram, because as you know, we've been doing war history videos. Not the best, but we've been doing war history videos for quite a while. So even before then, it was just a personal thing, but mentally it's always going to be there, and I'm going to keep doing the videos. But yeah, basically, why would I think I would ever get in? Well, I wanted to prove not only a lot of people wrong, because in the story, in the final finale, when I probably get a proper career and stuff, and videos are not going to be as frequent, or I might take a break for a while, I'll finally tell you the story of the emo syndicate. There will be that, but let's just say my first job was pretty bad, pretty toxic, and from there it was kind of just floating in the wind. So I really wanted like a career, wanted some structure in my life. I wanted to finally plant my feet on the ground and say, this is what I'm going to do for the next 15, going on 20 years at least. This is what I want to do. This is what I like. This is what I train myself for. This is what I crave. This is what I hunger for. I really wanted to go and push myself and do it, and not just prove myself wrong, but the people that said I would be, the casual, the stereotypical, you won't be nothing, you can't do nothing, you're not that smart, you're not that blah thing, so really wanted to prove them wrong, and really wanted to prove myself wrong, because I'm kind of a lazy bum. I would admit it. I've been going running for the last month and something, but I have been a lazy bum. I've been swimming a lot as well, been getting prepared for that, but I would say up until last year, I wasn't really motivated to do anything substantial, so I I wanted to prove everybody wrong, especially myself. It would have probably been one of the hardest challenges I've ever faced, I'm not gonna lie. We do videos every other week about people getting their limbs chopped off and still fighting, and Hamburger Hill, and throughout all the various odds acts of heroism and heroism, and heroinism, right? Heroinism, and I wanted to not really be them, but if they could go and fight through adversity, I was willing to do that as well. Now I know, of course, that is a huge risk, even for me as a guy who has been training, because at the end of the day, you could go easy on you, but when you're there, if they tell you march, you gotta keep up with pace. I could take breaths when when I'm in there. I probably can't. Probably gotta wake up earlier than 5 o'clock. I mean, like when 5 o'clock, you're supposed to be up. Maybe you're been like a minute and all that kind of stuff. You're not really supposed. You're supposed to like jump out of bed, which you're not supposed to do. Plus, at least wake up a little earlier and like cool off a little bit before you jump out. So yeah, like I said, wait. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't get in. It was hard for me. I knew by the slimmest of margins, I was like 10%. I was like 10%. I went through medicals, MEPS, all the way to the end. Went through psychological, dietary, flexibility and endurance. Did some PE. Well, that was the flexible and endurance, but PE is this weekend, and I've been disqualified. So no PE for me. So no 15 push-ups in like 20 seconds for me. No 2 mile run that I was doing every other morning for the last month and a half. So uh, it shouldn't tear me up as it should, but yeah, well, all the noise. But this is personal to me, and as long as they don't make too much noise, that should be good. But like I was saying, it shouldn't tear me up as it should. But the time, dedication, getting there punctually, even at the most terrible of odds. There was a time where I was supposed to get there for 9 o'clock, and it was 8:30, and the van broke down. Like the door literally came off of the van, and it was like, oh shit. So we were there waiting. It was like 8:45, and miraculously the roads were clear, and in like 10 minutes we were there, and then it's like a 5 minute walk from the bus stop. And in the nick of time, I got there at like 8:58. I don't know how that is possible, but I got there at 8:58. I was speed walking because I was speed walking. I didn't even. I think I got back my phone then. Yeah, I think that was like the week before. Yeah, the week before that. So I was really running. I think that was the same flexibility and endurance test, or some dietary flexibility. But yeah, I got there like in the nick of time, like 8:59, 9 o'clock on the dot. And there is no way that could have been possible, but it was. Amen. But yeah, those kind of things. Those are some memories. Those are like my war stories about stuff like that. But I'm glad that hopefully all the people that I've met during the MEPS, dietary PE, all of that I've talked to get through. I wish the best for you and your family, and hope you make PE, and hope you make basic. Really try and go in there with a mental, because mentality is really what gets you through training. You could do all the squats and all the push-ups you want, but if you're not mentally there, if you're there for the money or there for the uniform, well, you can be there for those things, but if you're not really there to really serve, protect, and really do your job, really actually have a plan and career, it's going to be hard. Not impossible. You don't have to drop out, but it's going to be hard. Oh yeah, but I've met a couple of people that just say they want the uniform and a gun, and whatever happens, happens. And there are people with like really good plans, not like super detailed as mine, but they were like, okay, I want to be this, I want to go in and be that. I don't know what branch, but as long as they become a this or that in whatever branch, it is whatever it. So they have a plan, and I'm kind of like that as well. As why logistics and support roles would be good for me, because I always have these like massive elaborate plans, and this is a good thing and a bad thing, because especially when I'm trying to get a job, I have these elaborate plans about how I'm gonna buy this and that. I'll probably like save up and get this and that, and move out and do this and that, and then I don't even get through to the job, and then it's like boo. So it's like a lot in investment. So I think that's like one of my biggest downfalls, and that's why I was like so dedicated to it, because I already had this plan. The plan was basics, at least try and score good in everything. I don't want to be like super soldier, freaking Steve Rogers. And I was telling everybody that's a meme as well. Like like he's too short, he's barely on the way, and by the slimmest of margins, because of his spirit, he gets in. Even though you can change your weight a little bit, height not so much, but these kind of things are changeable. But especially with heart, lungs, the major big organs, they did not play. Another joke is that in peacetime they want super soldiers, and in wartime, as long as you can handle a rifle, you're pretty much set to go, buddy. I mean, like when the bombs hit, a broken back from like 12 years ago that we kicked healed, or those two broken toes from like when you were a baby, and they were fully healed for the like last 25 years. They don't count now. So it's like yeah, and yeah, they're like strict, but it's understandable. The people are just doing their job, and I don't blame them because there've been a lot of stuff, even with perfectly healthy people that have suffered some cardiac arrest and stuff. They did come out fine, but they did all that overworking and stuff, especially when you come from civilian. You know, you could jog, like I say, you could jog when you want, you could do this when you want, you could eat what you want, you could eat when you want, shovel when you want. That kind of lifestyle is thing, and sometimes you have to train in the rain, especially since it's hurricane season. You get rain, and then it's sunny, and then it's rain, and then it's super hot. So that's like ammonia and stuff there at one time too. And then you still gotta grapple with teammates and make sure everything on the outside is going good because I don't know about your phone policy, but a lot of people were saying they were gonna keep their phones home or whatever. And you really gotta wrap up what you have to wrap up on the outside because you're not gonna see anybody for the next 6 months. So you're pretty much gone for Christmas as well. A lot of family time, holidays, Halloween, Christmas. No, we don't really celebrate Halloween, but a lot of like Independence Day, like like stuff like that. But Christmas is the big one from here. Christmas is the big one from here. We don't got Thanksgiving or anything like that. So Christmas and then New Year's as well. There's a lot of people that go to New Year's parties and stuff, and go to church and stuff. So it's really gonna be hard. But with the camaraderie, you should be good. But at the same time, you're accustomed to spending it with your mommy, daddy, auntie, Cheryl from across the road. Like this and that, who and who. So it's gonna be tough for a lot of people, but they will make it with the courage and determination. To sign up in the first place already takes a lot of courage and stuff like that. So I salute them, and I wish nothing but the best for my battle buddies. Sorry I couldn't bring you guys and gals. Yes, gender equality here. Sorry I can be there for you and help you train and help you motivate you, and we do it together. And even if we don't get the best of the best awards, at least we know that we passed out, and that is an accomplishment onto itself. So sorry I couldn't be there, but we'll meet again, especially when you're off duty for the first time. We'll meet again. We'll play some games, of course, and we'll have like not a beer, we'll have a soft drink. Beers for children. Real men drink, of course, Sprite. Sprite is the true quintessential man's drink, as you know. And yeah, it was rough. It's gonna be rough because I kind of hedged all my bets on it. And like I say, I've totally conditioned myself to the world of the military. I had to tell all my vet friends that I won't be joining the club. I will be joining the club, the first coastie of the vet team. And I don't do it for like the selfish reasons. Like I said, I am altruistic, but there's also some ego involved. Like I want to be part of the team. Like when you're surrounded by vets, you're like, come on, man. I got to be like the first coaster or whatever. Because everybody's Marine Corps, Army, Navy Reserves. And there's some Cheer Force guys as well. Big up the Cheer Force though. Big up the Air Force. So it's like I was altruistic, idealistic, like democracy and justice and freedom for all and stuff like that, and protecting the citizens of the country, and wanted to help them as well, give aid relief, wanted to go to other countries as well and do that as well. And like I said, there is some ego involved because there's no way you're not going to be a soldier and think, because you have to be the elite of a country, and then for like special task force training you have to be the elite of the elite of the elite. So there's a certain pride but humility with it. Is like I have made the top 1% of the country because it's like 300,000 people, so I've made like the top 1%. I've made what I've made into the 1%. Not all the wealth, but I made it into the 1%, and you have to feel a bit proud of that because like not everybody, you can fail basic training. You can fail basic training. Like if everything is clear and you get through, you can fail basic training. They give you like a week because they know you gotta break those civilian habits. But when you get into like week 3, week 4, that is when they start to say, well, time to go home, buddy. So it is really hard not to feel a bit of pride and self gratification in that. And like I say, I was learning Prussian drills for the last couple of years with you guys and girls and MBs. And we were learning about stuff like strategic points and search and destroy and fire maneuver and tactical insurgent and air assault stuff and maritime blockades and stuff like that. So it is really, I was thinking of could be the black Dula Fatou. Well, Dula Fatou was black, but like the black Napoleon, the black Sawowski, the black Montgomery, cautious but still very effective. Even the black Rommel, debatable if he was a true Nazi diehard or what, but you must commend his skills in the deserts of North Africa, except for the SS grouping, but he did have the Einsatz grouping on his official command. So maybe not the black Rommel, but you know what I mean, like a bit of a. I didn't really want to take a leadership role, but if I was to be a squad commander, especially with simulated drills and stuff like that, I would have easily taken the task and the challenge and really done stuff. I was doing calculus, like mortar coordination and stuff like that. I was doing like math and stuff, and yeah, I was learning every bit because, like I said, by the slimmest of margins, if I was to get in, I really have to prove myself to the max of my ability. So, with that being said, that's it. I wanted to prove myself that I was capable of doing everything that everybody else could do. I wanted to prove all the naysayers wrong. I wanted to prove my family wrong, but in a good way, like a sense of pride, like the pride that I was of the 1%, was an idealist, humanitarian, was an egotist. I had a whole career plan. I wanted some structure in my life. I wanted to finally move out to this house because I'm going to say I love my family, but especially with the quarantine, everybody wants to get back out to work. So let's not play these games. Everybody wants to get back out to work. So plus to seeing the same thing, doing the same bus route, doing the same job, doing the same thing, following the same orders, being yelled at for stuff that is not like life threatening in any way, and pulling my weight and, well, one particular person, but pulling my weight and the one particular person is not even like at least trying to at least have a little camaraderie. But I get that's what they say as well. Like when you get like a rank above you, they're like, who is you, buddy? Who is you? Who is you? So I could completely understand that, but when we're all recruits, the camaraderie has to be there. So it is what it is. But yeah, this is the end of a chapter of my life that I was hoping to end on the opposite side of the book. I wanted to start a new chapter, not end a new chapter, and continue the book that I was still reading. But I guess this was a short pamphlet, and I have finished the pamphlet, and it's time to kind of put it away for good, because there's no feasible way I could get in at all. I could try Air Force, but that would mean going to a different country because we do not have an air wing. We disbanded that since the 80s, 90s. So there's no real possible way to get Air Force anything. Plus that take brains. And I don't really have that kind of money. Yeah, education was a big part of that as well. The pay sucks, but the benefits were delicious, let me tell you. Especially with like CXCs and stuff, easy. When it came to BBC and actually learning a new technical skill, that would have been a bit harder, but I was determined to do that because, like I said, we're echelons, IT, cable switcher, logistical communications guy. That was a boat driver when I felt frisky. So it is what it is. I know this is a longer video than most. I haven't really been taking videos. I think I was shouting a bit too much, really trying to find that space of voice, but I guess with this whole thing, I've gained a lot more confidence. It did hurt, but at least I tried to adult for once in my life, and nobody didn't have to ask for a favor. That I knew a friend that asked for somebody to ask a favor, and feels good to adult again. You know, it didn't work out, and it was the slimmest of margins, but it didn't work out. But it's still a sense of pride. I at least tried. I have no regrets now, especially since I was like at the maximum age for active duty, and reservists. Well, I have 5 more years, but that is in the can as well. So, with that being said, you know, in a heartbeat, if there was like a mass conscription or like whatever like thing broke out and they needed extra people, in a heartbeat, I would still go, rifle, no rifle, whatever, and I would go and help, because at the end of the day, it's been ingrained into me that I wanted to do it for a long time, and it kind of sucks that I can't for obvious health reasons, but the best thing is that we tried, and at least we try to make something of ourselves, and in the future going forward, we're not trying to plan ahead 2 decades when we haven't even been on the job for a week or haven't even got the job yet. But we'll make something of ourselves one day, and one day when me and my battle buddies meet up in a bar, we have some interesting stories to tell, and it'll be fun. I think the next chapter of my life, I want to be like a war journalist or something of that sort. I mean, I've been doing it for a while on YouTube, so I might as well take the next logical step and try and do it in real life. It'll be a hard task as well, but I've been committed and desensitized to that kind of stuff for a while now, so let's see where our path takes us. Though I know I'm no dissing, but I could never go back to a civilian job, like a 9 to 5 civilian job. Like, I need that excitement, that rush in my life. That I've been doing this, well, I would call it 9 to 5 now, but 9 to 6 or whatever, whenever the ice cream is done. But so, that being said, this has been an interesting life update, to say the least. Probably my most thorough yet. And where the future takes us, it'll be interesting. But like I said, CV's I'm not gonna diss you, but 9 to 5, getting on a bus every morning, drinking coffee, logging into a computer, doing 8 hours of thing. Hopefully this time you got our lunch break, because we get 20 minutes of lunch. I don't know who could eat lunch in 20 minutes. I don't even think that should be humanly possible, but you know, it's 20 minutes of paid lunch, which you're still supposed to get paid. Anyway, I guess that's how they do it. And with that being said, it's been a fun ride, and I put all my strength and determination and resilience into my battle buddies that are now going to face probably one of the biggest challenges of their lives. I really hope they go forward and make the best of it. And like I say, one day we meet up in a bar again, and we'll tell some interesting stories. I'll probably tell them how I dodged a bullet in Syria, and they'll probably tell me how they helped somebody in Grenada or St. Vincent. And we'll have a laugh, we'll chug a Sprite, and then we'll meet up there next year again until we're all 6 feet under and close the final chapter of our lives with our life. A bit melodramatic at the end, but I would like to see something like that. Like, every year we come together, especially when we retire and stuff, and we have a nice little drink, and we talk about some great war stories and some interesting stories, just because everything doesn't have to be about war or whatever. And we enjoy ourselves and spend the rest of our twilight years just being buddies and buddies and well, can't be gal pals, but like my my gender equality veterans group and stuff. Just enjoy and have a good time. And what the future holds is up to God, but we're gonna make some moves. We're gonna see what I could do. I still have a few connections. I haven't been a lazy bum. I've actually did some like IT work and communications work, and I had done a film course years ago. So we'll tap into those things and we'll see if we could make anything of it. I don't know if I could probably still try for Air Force. It is a shot, but I want to do that like in my not twilight years, but this is the prime of my life. So like 40, I probably want to do like Air Force Reserves or something for like 5 years or 6 years. I'll probably just come back home and relax for the rest of my days. But it's been a blast. It's been a pleasure. A lot of crying. I think you can't let this go. This is like living next to your first wife, like next to your first crush or something. Like it's gonna be hard and it's gonna take a while to heal. It's only been like a week and some things too, so it's gonna take a while. But I'll make I was a fortunate son, but I'll still run through the jungle and hopefully not battle Viet Cong again, and we'll make it back home where we could probably do anti-war protests or something. The Vietnam War series is coming when it's coming, okay? But I'll probably do some Vietnam stuff, especially if I do get that war correspondent thing going. I know it's going to be dangerous, it's going to be life-threatening, but what is life without some risk, huh? But until next time, this has been a life update that should be here for a while. I don't think I should do it until like next year, because like I said, I promise my battle buddies that when they pass out, I will pass out as well, and then this chapter of my life, I'll start a new book, because this has been like 5 years of this. I've had to battle through a lot of self-doubt, a lot of trauma, a lot of ill will, a lot of you can't do it, you're not smart enough, can't, like who will want you, and they could have had me, but just the heart. So if it wasn't for the heart, I would be on my way to the fort. But at least I tried, I did what I could do, I guessed all the tests, and in the end, it was not for naught, not a waste of time. I would gladly do it again, but it was not meant to be. So with that heartfelt one, I'm gonna end it here, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. I had to pause a lot because I was actually crying, and it's hard. Like I said, I had like 20 years of my life planned out already, and I haven't even like put on my jack boots yet. But I guess sometimes that's life, when you get really far into those kind of things, it's like a guaranteed thing. Like I said, it's been a year. They haven't like they medically disqualified me, but hopefully in the future, I'll probably make like a little video series about what you can and can't do, like how to research your condition, like what to expect and stuff like that, because it was a fun time. I will admit, it was a fun time, but it was kind of infuriating. One technician for 30 people, come on now. But with that being said, not ill will, no hate. These are people just doing their job, and like I said, I think I could do it, and they probably think I could do it, but if my heart can't do it, they can't do it, and they're not going to take the risk, and that is commendable and admirable. And like I said, there's no ill will, and like I said, if something was to break out and they needed all men and women on deck, I'll probably be the first one in line again. So, like I said, it was the slimmest chance. I know I can do it, but we had to try. If I was really thinking, I could have probably like asked my cardiologist and probably even tried to do Air Force and all. Now I'd probably be doing Air Force, but it's kind of hard when you had a battle a lot, and plus the green cards are really expensive. So yeah, come on. I was altruistic, egotistical, and humanitarian, but who's lying? Who's lying when they say they don't want some of that money? I mean, like that is more than I am seeing. Well, that was wild, but yeah, I guess it's time to eat before she barges in again. I'll make you proud one day, but not this day. Well, not this year. But it's been a blast. Like I said, probably gonna cry again now, so let me stop. And like I said, this wound will heal, but it's been a while. But you get the full story about the trauma and the self-doubt and stuff later on, because that ties into all of that. But just know that I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of what I did. And like I say, we'll do it all over again. And to my battle buddies, stay determined, stay strong, stay resilient, do your best, follow the commands, and don't commit war crimes, please. And read section 2C of paragraph D of the article of the Constitution as well. I'm just kidding, but read the Constitution. Make sure you know what you're really fighting for. Don't make this a job. Make this kind of a lifestyle. I don't know if I'll share it around, but you made me proud by just going already. So it is you who pushed me to actually go and really push myself out and my worries out the window. And I gotta thank you for that. I gotta thank you for that, battle buddies. And with all the fear and stuff, and you know, saying that it's gonna be okay, and you could always think. I respect all of that. I respect that. But with that, we're not gonna make this like a whole 40-minute video. But thank you again. Videos are gonna be coming from Friday, because tomorrow I have work, and this video is so long that it needs time to digest, you know. So Friday we'll start videos again, and if you watch to the end, God bless you, and to protect and serve and chill out on the coast. Learn something.